Stop Hysteria and Micro Tycho have given us the opportunity to make a change in the world for the better. Our team has decided to work on the Zero Hunger Sustainable Development Goal. Nothing is more vital than food for humans because without it we wouldn't function and therefore would be unable to tackle other issues. Poverty is a cycle with the root cause being hunger. This is because hunger leads to poor nutrition in children, which stunts their mental and physical growth. Also in the youth, this can cause chronic diseases and stop them from going to school or even focusing in school. In turn, in their adulthood, they will have a lack of education which limits their ability to work, and later on when they have family, poor health during pregnancy will lead to an undernourished child, starting the cycle again. So our team has decided that achieving zero hunger is our first priority and main goal. Also, whilst walking through the high streets in London, I always see homeless hungry people, and as an individual, I always want to help. No one deserves to not have access to food just because they don't make enough money. Every human should have a right to eat as we need it for survival.
After considering the causes of hunger and ways to overcome it, we came across the fact that another issue that needed to be taken into consideration was food waste that is produced daily. Restaurants produced 950,000 tonnes of waste in the UK, of which approximately 200,000 tonnes was food in 2018 alone. This wasted food was food made by the restaurant that hasn't been brought and therefore thrown away at the end of each day. We also found that restaurants lose about 97p from each meal they serve due to the wasted food being thrown out. We are overlooking the food that is being wasted in such huge numbers, so why don't we fix both problems? Wasted food and hunger. On top of that, food thrown away releases greenhouse gases as it decays, thereby causing climate change. Producing food also generates greenhouse gases and reduces biodiversity. Wasting less of what is produced reduces these impacts and so addresses other goals. So we came up with the idea of using the food wasted to feed those who need it instead of just throwing it away. This way we are stopping food from getting wasted by using it for such a useful cause. People always buy food and donate money to charity when a simpler way of donating could simply be donating food that has not been eaten. We are saving so much food from being wasted, we should use this food that is in perfectly good condition to feed the people who need it instead of wasting it. This could save many lives and help end starvation of the poor.
To address this issue, we came up with the idea of an online forum or webpage where we can efficiently create a network of organisations such as restaurants and shops can donate leftover food and unwanted items and donations, which can be collected and distributed by volunteers. An app, however, is our long-term goal and objective. We will initially commence on social media platforms such as Instagram and Facebook. This way, we will be able to reach out to younger generations who will be more keen on implementing our ideas and will take action. Beginning off on Instagram will also act like a pilot study for us so that we can identify any errors or key parts of the idea that need to be adapted to work more efficiently. We will be saving app manufacturing costs this way as well as valuable time and effort. Once there are no drawbacks, it will be quite realistic as an idea and will have massive potential to be successful. Anyone can volunteer with this kind of idea, which can help promote more volunteers. By donating wasted food and unwanted items, we can help end poverty as well as reduce waste. If many organisations take part in this as well as getting a lot of volunteers, we can drastically reduce the amount of food going to waste as well as reduce poverty and help end hunger. We will initially begin by working with small firms that can donate wasted or leftover food, and we will then inform charities if they are interested in work of the system which links the two organisations together. We will then gradually begin to build up our ideas into larger scales where we can then not only work with a system that connects the two together but actually begin to develop and manufacture an app where organisations and volunteers can join in and give their details.
If a restaurant has a lot of leftover food, they can post this on the app and all volunteers in close proximity of the restaurant would get a notification and are able to collect this wasted food and can distribute it to the poor and homeless. We acknowledge that similar platforms may already exist. However, our idea stands out from these other apps. Their platforms only work with leftover food, but as we are working with the homeless through charities and volunteers, these people in need require many other necessities such as clothes and reading books for education. So we decided to also work with stores which would want to donate items as well as schools that would want to donate unused books and textbooks. I, as a student, have seen many textbooks being thrown away because they don't follow the syllabus, or reading books being thrown away so new ones can replace them. So why don't we donate these books and resources to people who can't afford them? To implement our idea, we could speak to our school for contacts to food banks, and if any classmates have family or parents that own restaurants, we can reach out to them to help start up our idea. We could even make posters and advertise them near food banks, shops and restaurants to promote it. We would present our ideas to students as well as the staff on how they can donate their resources that they throw out to those who may need them.
In order to implement our idea, the first step would be to develop and create the webpage and social media pages, which would have zero cost. On Instagram, we will reach out to charities and schools through DMs to share information. The webpage will consist of a homepage where there will be an option for organisations to sign up and put in their details of their company name, what they sell and their address. And another option would be for volunteers to sign up and also give the details of their address. And there would be an option for organisations to post whether they have any leftover unsold food or unwanted items and donations. And a notification would go out to all volunteers in close proximity, and one of them will go collect it and distribute it to those in poverty. We would also go around the community to places and ask how much waste they produce, and if they would be interested, we could also speak to charities and see how they can work with them. We could also be able to get a group of our classmates to go out and volunteer for these charities, which would help us. Our idea can work in our community as in our school people are very passionate about helping the world and take part in lots of charity work. We even have SWAT right near our school, as well as lots of people take care of the parks nearby and plant lots of trees. Many people in our community would take part.
A potential barrier we thought of was that volunteers would be too far. However, to overcome this, we decided that the app looks at location and alerts only volunteers in close proximity, for example a 20-mile radius. Another problem could possibly be that not many people get the app and volunteer, as for this app to work, multiple organisations and volunteers have to take part. To prevent this from happening, we could promote this app and advertise it as well as get large businesses to take part. We also decided to test our idea first, by first identifying pilot organisations and pilot volunteers and doing a pilot test without an app to learn what works so well and what doesn't. This will help benefit people and help us meet our goal without a long delay or a huge amount of effort. Many restaurants in the past have donated leftover food. For example, Starbucks donated 1 million meals of unsold food from all their US stores through Starbucks Food Share in 2017. So the concept of donating waste and leftover food could work and feed millions of hungry people. And with the idea of this app, we can make donating food much easier and more efficient. To summarise, in order to execute our idea, we will first start off with forming a team and people to join and help us. Next, we will set up the webpage and Instagram and Facebook pages. We will then reach out to and recruit charities and volunteers who can take part. We will then do a test run for about 6 months and work on anything that we can improve on. Over time, as popularity and efficiency increases, we will expand and develop an app.
We hope you enjoyed the video pitch. Thank you for listening.